welcome back to my channel. Bella and I are so happy to see you, aren't we, Bella? And she says, no, I just want to get down. I just want to get down. Okay, down you go, Bella. So welcome back to my channel, Postcards from My Golden Years. I'm Anne. I am so happy to see you. So first things first, are you a subscriber? If you're not a subscriber, come on, do me a favor. Just click subscribe. I'm trying to build my presence on YouTube. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free. Free! Zero! So click subscribe. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you watched the video, for one thing. Because who knows? Sometimes I wonder if anybody's watching my videos. But give me a thumbs up if this was an entertaining video or you got some benefit out of it. Okay, let's get on with the subject. Today, I'm going to talk about a problem that a lot of us mature women seem to have the older we get, and that is losing weight. For most of my adult years, before I got, I would say, over 55, I was able to maintain my weight. I was dieting all the time. Not dieting to lose weight, but dieting to maintain weight. And if I put on a few pounds, I would weigh myself every day back in those days. And if I put on, 3 to 5 pounds, I would just cut back on what I was eating for the next few days so that I could lose it and all would be well. And I was able to maintain my weight, as I said, until I was around 55 years old. And then it started getting a little harder, but I would go to the doctor, and at the time I had a doctor who had some kind of a diet plan, and he would give me injections. It wasn't the HCH thing, and I didn't have to eat 500 calories a day. I simply had to eat basically a low-carb diet and drink lots of water. And these shots, I think they were some sort of herbs or something. I have no idea what they were. But whenever I would go on that diet, I was able to lose weight. And so that was all well and good. Then when I got into my 60s, I was still sort of maintaining, and I could sort of lose if I just exercised a little harder at the gym, watched what I was eating, maybe even cut down on occasion to one big meal a day and just drinking the rest, drinking like water, low calorie, no calorie drinks the rest of the day, and I could knock off the weight. And then I made the mistake of using bioidentical hormone pellets. Now, I have said in other videos that I use bioidentical hormone creams to keep my hormones balanced. Well, when I made the mistake of going on the pellets, which they would inject every few months, I immediately gained somewhere between 10 and 12 pounds. Within, I want to say maybe 2 months' time, that 10 or 12 pounds was like there. And there was nothing I could do to stop it. And I went back to the doctor that gave me the pellets and I said, oh my God, I've gained 10 or 12 pounds and nothing I'm doing is knocking it off. And he kept saying, don't worry about it, it'll fall off. And he gave me water pills, and needless to say, it didn't fall off. And so now I'm getting further into my 60s, and coupled with that weight gain, I'm aging, and I guess my metabolism is slowing down. And I made the mistake with that doctor of getting the pellets the second time, because he told me, okay, your weight didn't fall off the first dose. With the second one, that'll sort of seal the deal and that weight will come off. Fool me once, Shame on you, fooled me twice. Shame on me. I didn't go back for a third time. I switched doctors, and now I've gone back to the bioidentical hormone creams, which are great, and I feel great. And other than carrying on a bunch or carrying this additional weight, I have great quality of life. Everything else is functioning great. So still, I have the additional 10 to 12 pounds. And then as I worked my way into my 60s, I found that anytime I put on a few extra pounds, whereas in the past I could simply cut back on what I was eating for the next few days, or reduce down to no carbs, or drink a lot more water, it wasn't working. There was nothing I could do that make it would work. And before COVID, I was going to the gym 3 times a week. I was walking a lot with my dog outside. I was keeping very, very active. That wasn't knocking anything off. Thank God I was doing that, because it was maintaining where I had reached this terrible level of weight gain. So I have tried Weight Watchers. I have tried Nutrisystem. I have tried Zoom. I have tried intermittent fasting. I went back to an old diet that I tried many, many years ago when I was in my 20s or 30s after I had my son, and I was trying to knock off the weight from my pregnancy. It was the old Scarsdale diet. I went back to that. Nothing was working. Nothing is working. I mean, I'm able to maintain where I am, but it doesn't seem as though I am able to get any further. Typically when I start a new diet with the planned food where you buy the food and you eat fixed meals, I might lose 2 or 3 pounds, and then that's it. I don't lose any more. And we have the added problem that my husband Jeff and I, we have a lifestyle where we like to eat out at restaurants. And as much as I try to maintain a diet, I tend to, if we go out, I tend to have that glass of wine or that glass of champagne. If I'm trying to stay within the confines of the diet, it simply means I don't have 2 glasses of wine, I have 1. And I do that. Years ago, it used to work. Now, not so much. For the last few years, since I switched doctors to my current general doctor who takes care of my regular health and my bioidentical hormone treatment therapy, he has tried to help me work on losing weight. We've tried all kinds of things. He's had me keep food diaries, and he's reviewed the food diaries and said, okay, I don't know. He has suggested that I get more exercise. Okay, well, when he started suggesting that, I was going to the gym. I was going to the gym 3 days a week, and I was doing a lot more walking, and well into my 60s, that was about as much exercise as I really wanted to get. I didn't want to go to one of these programs, like a boot camp program, and kill myself. So I didn't. I in my mind, in my heart, I believe there has got to be another way to lose the weight. So my doctor has suggested many times, you should switch to plant-based diet. Just switch to a plant-based diet. And a couple of years ago, he sort of got me to promise to try it for a couple of weeks. So I got this app on my phone, I think it was Fork and Knife or Knife and Fork or something, with lots of plant-based diet recipes. And for 2 weeks, I made all of those recipes for my husband and I. What an expensive diet that was, because I had to buy all kinds of things that we didn't have in the house. All different kinds of flours. I'm not big on beans. There were a lot of beans. I don't like tofu. There was a lot of tofu. And it just became expensive. If there was somebody who was cooking it for me and I didn't have to spend that much on all of the recipes, I probably would have continued. However, here in my home, every time I wanted to try a new recipe, it needed one more ingredient that I had to go out and buy. And then you couldn't just buy like this much. You had to buy like a package of this flour and something else this big and cans of this, and it became too expensive. So I stopped that. And frankly, in those 2 weeks, I didn't lose any weight. I just maintained the weight. So in my opinion, I wasn't really accomplishing what I was trying to do. I would have figured within 2 weeks, my weights would have started falling off. So I gave his diet a chance. I've tried all these other things. Recently, I had to have a colonoscopy. The prep for that, as most of you know that have gone through this, it's terrible. The doctor says, oh, it doesn't taste as bad as it used 2 years ago. Believe me, it tastes every bit as bad. The only difference is you don't have to drink as much of it as you did years ago. So the bottom line, for a whole day, I drank this terrible tasting stuff, followed by lots and lots and lots of water. And in one day, I knocked off 7 pounds. 7 pounds. I actually would go and weigh myself every time I had to go to the bathroom to clean out. I would get on the scale and I watched that scale going down, 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 down. And I thought, how many I thought, how many colonoscopies could I do? Well, the answer is I'm not going to drink that terrible stuff again, even to lose weight. I was 7 pounds down by the morning of my colonoscopy. I was so thirsty, sitting there in the doctor's office waiting to be called in. I mean, not the doctor's office, but in the center where I had to go for the colonoscopy. I was so thirsty. My mouth was so dry because I wasn't allowed to have anything to drink after midnight the night before. And all I wanted was to drink water, so much water. So when I was finally finished with my colonoscopy and I got home, I literally just started drinking one glass after another glass after another glass. I just couldn't get satiated enough. And finally, I felt great again. I went back in the next morning. I went and got on the scale. Damn it, that 7 pounds wasn't back. So, obviously, weight loss from a colonoscopy prep is very short term. Don't. I said, well, why don't we call it the pescatarian diet? And so we would kid ourselves talking about how we were on the pescatarian diet. And then I was refreshing my memory on the Mediterranean diet and realized in looking at the Mediterranean diet, things you can eat on that diet, that we're actually on a Mediterranean diet because those are the things that I'm eating. So, have I lost any weight? Well, I woke up one morning, weighed myself, and I was a pound thinner. I was excited. It was 1.25 pounds lower than I was the last time I weighed myself, which was actually 3 weeks before. Because they say you should weigh yourself every day if you're on a diet so you can track your progress. I find that if I get out of bed and I weigh myself and I still weigh what I did yesterday, or my weight has gone up, that just ruins my mood for the entire day. Who needs that? So no, I decided I would weigh myself every few weeks. So needless to say, I was sort of excited about that 1.25 pounds, but I won't know if I kept it until the next time I weigh myself. Hopefully it's another 1.25 pounds. I'll take anything at this point, as long as the weight's going down and not up. So here is one of my favorite lunches when I'm trying to take my diet seriously, which is, I would say, 95% of the time. Okay, so the first thing I start with is sweet butter lettuce, green butter lettuce and red butter lettuce. Sometimes I mix this with wild greens, but today I'm just going to have sweet butter lettuce. Okay, then, on top of that, I love these sugar bomb tomatoes. Have you tried them? They are so sweet. They're like candy. So I am going to add about 5 of those. Okay. Next, I use the seedless cucumber and cut it very thinly sliced. And probably going to do about maybe 8 slices. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty much that's close enough. Okay. Next, I always like to use a little bit of fruit in my salads. It just gives it that extra splash of flavor. And it's a good way to add another color to your salad. So I've got 2 strawberries that I am going to add to the salad. And here's the next one. And here in Florida, it's been a good time for strawberries. I don't know whether they're in season this month, but they are very sweet. If you pick a package that has really red strawberries. And I'm not being consistent here with the way I'm cutting the strawberries. Just throwing it all in the salad. Mix up the cutting style just for a little change. Okay. Next, this is smoked Gouda. And it was a big chunk that I bought at one of the markets around here. And I don't use a whole lot of cheese in my salads, but somehow a salad just doesn't feel good or taste good without just a little bit of cheese. So we have that chunk. I guess, I don't know, maybe that's an ounce or 2 of cheese. You can add more or less depending on how much you like cheese. It's probably one of the few dairy items that I eat, because I pretty much don't eat much dairy at all, other than, I guess, cheese and butter. Since I'm dieting, not really having ice cream. So it's just one of those little indulgences. That looks like enough. Okay, and then next, this is just boar's head oven roast turkey breast from the deli at the grocery store. And so I am just gonna roll up a couple of pieces, just like this, and slice them. Spread them around on my salad. Okay, just a couple of slices of turkey. I want the bulk of my calories to be in salad ingredients. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy avocado, so I don't have any avocado to pop on there, but I do have these delicious olives. So I am just gonna treat myself with a couple of little olives on the top. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle it with shredded carrots, and today I'm not using any big salad dressing. I'm just going to go with some olive oil, and this is right from my local Costco. Toscano olive oil. It's extra virgin olive oil. I like the taste of olive oil on salads and bread. And typically when I shop for olive oil, I am looking for first press extra virgin olive oil. This one in particular, it says that it was harvested from early October to December of 2020. So it doesn't say first press, but it's not from that long ago, so it's fairly fresh olive oil. So I am just gonna sprinkle a little bit on my salad. It's kind of hard to get a teeny little bit on the salad. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with lots of pepper. I love lots of pepper on my salad. If I'm gonna add seasoning, I'd rather sort of overdo it with the pepper than overdo it with salt, if you know what I mean. And I've started using this pink Himalayan sea salt. I just use a tiny bit, there's barely any coming out, and not grinding too much. I just want a hint of salt. And there you go. And there is my healthy lunch that fits in with my diet. I try to do this as often as possible because it limits the amount of calories that I am consuming, and everything is fresh and delicious. And so here I am at the table. It's lunchtime. I have my lovely salad, and I am going to pour myself some of my favorite antioxidant drink. This one happens to be Kula watermelon. into my glass of ice. It's very cool and refreshing. My fork. I've got my pretty napkin because, hey, you gotta be good to yourself. Oh, bon appetit. So tell me, what do you do to lose weight? Are you having the same issues I'm having? Have you found any secret that actually helps you lose weight without joining boot camp? Because I'm beginning to think boot camp may be the only solution. And of course, you won't have any energy when you're finished, but you will have knocked off, God knows, 10, 15 pounds in a week just by doing boot camp. Sorry, it's not for me. But anyway, I thank you so much for watching and listening to my weight loss, weight gain woes. I hope this video has added something to your life, if not just a little giggle or a laugh. And I would love to hear some of the things that you all try for losing weight. Just leave them below in the comments. And don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, you know the drill. Click below, subscribe to my channel, help my channel grow. Give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Bye for now.